After watching JJK Zero, I thought about reading JJK manga. I absolutely loved the character of Yuta Okkotsu, a bullied teen with no family to take care of him. He is a cursed child who is surrounded and helped by the cursed spirit of Rika Orimoto, his childhood friend who died 6 years before the story. She is cursed because both of them promised to get married when they grow up. Due to her presence, he was never able to make friends and have a normal childhood. He grew up alone and hated his life. The first scene of movie really gives dark tone, creepy voice of course and constantly mumbling sorry by Yuta covered in blood. He was so over his life that he wanted to die and tried to run knife through his chest, but he was stopped by Rika's curse. After an incident of Rika's curse beating bullies in high school, Yuta was taken by Jujutsu Society to execute him. But Gojo swoops in and saves the day. Gojo proposes the idea of Yuta joining Jujutsu High under Gojo's care. Then Yuta becomes first year student at Jujutsu High alongside Maki, Panda and Inumaki. In his first mission, he was paired with Maki to exorcise the curse present in school that kidnapped two children. Maki was able to take out some curses, but then a stronger one attacks and swallows them. They found two children that went missing inside the belly of that curse. In order to save Maki and two children, Yuta puts on his wedding ring given to him by Rika and calls out Rika for help. Then Rika's curse fully manifests for the first time and destroys that curse spirit, allowing Yuta to save Maki and the kids. He vows to be strong and free Rika from curse and send her to the afterlife. Yuta trains to use katana under Maki's guidance. He learns to put cursed energy into his katana and he starts to become more proficient with weapons. After 3 months, he goes on his second mission with Toge Inumaki. There they were able to defeat a special great curse with teamwork and Yuta continued to get stronger at very fast rate. He started to enjoy his life. He made friends and Gojo became his parent. First time after 6 years of living his life as a cursed child, he was happy. His friend became his motivation and a reason to continue on living. Yuta felt he was needed and those people became his world. He was willing to save Yuji at any cost, just because he was an important person to people who were important to him. He tried his best to save Megumi's sister and free Gojo from prison realm. He saved many civilians trapped inside Sendai colony while defeating other players and gathering points. He feels he should be the one to put an end to Kenjaku so that his teacher Gojo doesn't have to carry the burden of killing his best friend twice. Yuta is the guy that tries to save everyone. He is the hero that JJK needs, who knows that he can't protect everyone, but he still strives to protect as much as he can. Of course, ideals without powers are meaningless, so he has powers to back up his ideals. During the night parade of 100 demons, a Jujutsu terrorist attack on cities of Kyoto and Shinjuku orchestrated by Suguru Geto, we saw how far Yuta has progressed as a sorcerer and as an individual. He is one of 4 special grade sorcerers from the moment he entered the Jujutsu world. His innate technique is to copy others' curse technique while connected to Rika and use them. He can even use multiple different techniques he copied in quick succession. The condition for him to copy others' curse technique is still unknown, but it is implied that he gained the ability of Uro's when Rika consumed her arm. Using copy, Yuta has replicated Toge's ability to use curse sprees, a technique usually inherited through the Inumaki family bloodline. When he first used it, Yuta performed the technique using the microphone that Rika summoned that had snake eyes and fang symbol on it. By speaking through a microphone, Yuta commanded every single one of Geto's swarm of lower gate curses to die at once. He noted having difficulty controlling the spread of curse energy. Yuta has become more proficient with curse speech. In Culling a mark, he was able to make the mark appear on his mouth and use the curse speech in same manner that Toge does. Yuta can summon Shikigami using his hair as intermediary. The Shikigami appears as small bats with heads similar to Rika's. They fly around opponents to form a spear. Their orbital trajectory creates a domain that can slice anyone inside it. He copied this technique from Dhruv Lagdawala. In addition to this, Yuta has also copied sky manipulation from Uro. He can turn sky into a tangible surface and use it to manipulate space, similar to how a lens creates a distortion. Yuta applies this ability offensively as he hits the surface layer of the sky and shatters it like thin ice, striking his opponents with that effect, and the technique is called Thin Ice Breaker. Yuta has immense amount of curse energy, exceeding even that of Gojo Satoru. During Yuji's execution arc, Yuji, Choso and Naoya could immediately feel that Yuta's volume of curse energy was comparable with Satoru, but it was creepy according to Yuji. Ryu also says Yuta's curse energy was near bottomless. This is due to him being descendant of Sugiwara Michizane, which also makes him distant relatives of Gojo. In his second year as a sorcerer, Yuta has improved his curse energy control dramatically. He has weak body, so he continuously strengthens it in battle with massive amount of curse energy, due to which Yuta's attacks are unpredictable. Yuta's reinforcement gives him strength and agility comparable to Yuji's superhuman prowess. His every attack carries enough destructive power to end a fight, and his defense is so dense that it can restrict all incoming damage to a minimum. On the top of that, his curse energy output is very good, along with understanding of curse energy. When his friends were in verge of death, Yuta was able to unlock reverse curse technique. He did so after less than a year's worth of experience in Jujutsu. Sorcerers that can use reverse curse technique are extremely rare. Yuta was able to apply reverse curse technique to Yuji at the same time he stabbed his heart to prevent a permanent death. He also healed Choso's poison, which takes a higher level of reverse curse technique. He can constantly heal himself after getting hit by any big move as shown in Culling arc. Yuta also has the unique ability to convert his reverse curse technique into output and imbue his attacks with it. Just like he did to exercise Kurourushi, a special great curse spirit. Yuta often carries katana on his back. After vigorous training and exercise on his missions, he learned to properly wield the sword with Rika's power, due to which his preferred form of combat eventually evolved into sword play reinforced with Jujutsu. He also uses different types of weapon in combat like steel arm. It covers Yuta's entire arm in metal shell and further reinforces his punches. All these abilities of Yuta are made possible by the cursed spirit Rika. Rika became vengeful spirit so powerful that Geto dubbed her the Queen of Curses. Rika's boundless curse energy could be shaped into any technique, allowing Yuta to use advanced curse technique within a year of learning the fundamentals of Jujutsu. The whole night parade of 100 demons was just to separate Yuta from other sorcerers, so Geto could take Rika by killing Yuta. Geto said the winning rate would be 99% against whole Jujutsu world if he could obtain Rika's curse. At the last battle between Yuta and Geto, Yuta creates a bow to release all of Rika's power in exchange of him joining Rika's side. Unleashing her full power, Rika was able to overpower every curse spirit in Geto's arsenal at the time. Rika Orimoto's curse was successfully broken and her soul unbound from ties of cursed energy, allowing her to pass away to afterlife. However, Rika's forms as a cursed spirit remain with Yuta as a different entity altogether. This curse maintains the same immature and protective nature as she did before. Rika can partially manifest and lash out on her own to protect Yuta without him commanding her to do so. She serves as an external storage for Yuta's curse technique and curse tools. A person cannot reserve multiple number of curse technique as it can fry the brains of sorcerer, so Rika is perfect for Yuta's copy curse technique. Currently, Yuta can fully manifest Rika for only 5 minutes, but that's enough for him to finish his opponents. Rika refills Yuta's depleted curse energy and fights alongside Yuta while also protecting Yuta from any dangerous attacks that may harm him. Rika is absolutely strong, fast and provides every kind of support in a fight. Due to this, Yuta is one of the strongest sorcerer of modern era of Jujutsu sorcery. Yuta also possesses a domain expansion, but we have yet to see it in action. His domain might be one of the OP domains in JJK series. What are your opinion on it? Let me know it in the comment section. I'm NJ and see you soon.